The K2 is a 1-inch large diaphragm valve microphone. I like to use the K2 on a lot of different guitar amps. The RØDE K2 is a valve microphone. It also has 3 switchable polar patterns: omni, cardioid and figure of 8. And we can even balance them to be half omni, half cardioid, or 3/4 omni and a 1/4 cardioid. We can do the same with figure of 8. This means we can have a big room sound or a very concentrated direct sound. Using the K2 up close in cardioid position allows us to get a very tight, close sound. Moving it further back in the room like we've done today also allows us to get a lot of that openness that the room offers. In a large room like we've got at the moment, I may use figure of 8 polar pattern. This allows me to get a lot of the direct sounds from the front, a lot of rear reflections, but not many side reflections. This is good for adding depth to the guitar sound in the mix. The lead guitar is one of the most important elements of any mix. Making sure we get the right sound of our lead guitar is vital. The RØDE K2 is a large diaphragm condenser. Using it on a lead guitar really enables us to get a nice warm sound. I also like the K2 on guitar amps in the live scene. It gives them a lot of body, and we can also go in with a second microphone to get some of that top attack. We're listening to the sound of the large diaphragm K2 on the guitar amplifier. Having the K2 fairly close to the guitar amp gives us a lot of that low end, as we can hear at the moment. You can use your onboard equalizer or even plug-in EQ to scoop some of those lows out. In fact, sometimes I like to get creative and maybe move the microphone in even further and add more. If you haven't done that at the recording stage, you can always do it by adding EQ. Using the K2 in omni mode gives us a bit more of the room sound. Let's hear that as opposed to the cardioid mode. You can hear with this omni sound, it gives us a lot more space, so perhaps this is something you'd want to try if you want more depth to your guitars. In fact, if you listen to the cardioid and omni mode together, gives you a nice direct versus distant sound. This is a really good trick for creating depth, something I use a lot. Let's hear the close and direct sound in the rest of the mix.